I'm on. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Nancy Woods. I'm the assistant minister at the Granada Hills Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills, California. And if this is your first time, this is the evening in which we take our time and go within and meditate together. Meditation is one of the tools that helps us grow and expand our awareness of who and what we are of spirit. And we start all our programs here with lighting the flames of faith, a call to service. So join me as we perform the ceremony, and the candles are already lit. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people and all faiths, all sentient beings come from one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience here, which we honor here today. So the first candle we lit for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We lit the second candle for the shamanic tradition, honoring the beliefs and practice of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We lit the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We lit the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We lit the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We lit the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We lit the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We lit the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We lit the ninth candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We lit the 10th candle for those who are as yet unaware of spirit in their lives, and the space we hold for them in our hearts, in our center, and for those online also. As we lit the last candle, we ask you to place into the light the healing candle. Anyone you wish to experience the healing flames of God's love. And we know all those who have been touched or affected by this COVID-19. We place them in it, knowing that that healing energy of God, that divine presence, blesses each one, those who have lost someone and those who are in the process of moving past this. And we thank you for allowing us to do that. Closer. Up. So, tonight, spending this time together, and I always feel like it's a blessing that I have had the opportunity to spend this time with you. And we have been talking about freedom. Freedom through the awareness of spirit. Freedom through the understanding and knowledge of who and what we are. Freedom from knowing the power that lies within us that we are able to use to move and to change our experience. Um, Freedom is priceless. Today I am free to contemplate the inherent peaceful, harmonious interaction of the universe. That's our affirmation for the day. And tonight, I kind of want to continue what we started from last week, but actually, if you heard me before, I probably talked about it more than anything, is that each and every one of us has this presence within us. So there's a book by Ernest Holmes called This Thing Called You. He is the author of The Science of Mind. And he tells us in so many different ways, and his philosophy is a collection of awareness from so many different teachers. But this is one of the things he said from this thing called you. He said, there is a pattern of perfection at the center of your being, which has never been touched by disease or misfortune. Your intellect senses this through intuition. Your imagination feels it by divine right. Your inward consciousness knows it through faith. What you are trying to do is to awaken your whole being to the spiritual awareness. It is the intellect and the subconscious self which need renewing. The spirit neither sleeps nor slumbers. The spirit is God. Any maladjustment in your life will be healed when you realize this perfection, this perfect center within yourself. The vision you must catch and hold in this consciousness of a union and complete and perfect, that a union so complete and perfect that you find no difference between your own being and God. The two are one. One of the things that I have been talking to you, if you have experienced me before, is that being conscious of this present within. And it occurred to me that each of us are on our own journey, and each one of us are doing this the way in which we are being guided. I feel like everybody's on this path. There's nobody that isn't on this path. And recognizing this and understanding that this is the path of love and a path of harmony, a path of joy. It also is a path in which we may find ourselves occasionally, I don't know, it might be occasionally, it might be more than occasionally, straying away from this concept because most of us are reaching for joy, reaching for love, reaching for harmony, and most of us, it's the misguided perception of how to get there, or occasionally that we attribute to the physicalities of the universe that distracts us from actually experiencing it. What is being expressed is that life is a journey, and each one of us are on it. And this is what Holmes is trying to explain to us, that this divine presence that is in all has that perfection within it, that joy, that peace, and that harmony, that love. And when we can intuitively know this, it seems like whatever we need to know in that moment comes to us. And this is that presence that is creating all that there is. This is the presence that is available to us. This is why the meditation is so rich. And the Eastern teachers really emphasize the awareness and the understanding of this inner awareness. The Western teachers have talked to us and taught us so much about that, the ability and the potentiality of this greatness that is in this universe. The science of the universe, scientists have really brought forth a lot of information, and it's almost interesting that we haven't connected that the knowledge that comes forth, it may be discovered by 5 different places at the same time. And when it comes from within. The other thing is that each individual affects the information according to his unique perspective of being. Yet we find things that each one of us can use. Einstein, it was his unique way of being through meditation and bringing forth knowledge. But one of the things that is very rich about that is it encourages us for each one to take that journey and each one bring forth that which is in them, because there's something special within each person that would contribute to the well-being of all of us, to lift all of us up. And that's one part of it. The thing that I feel is so rich and unique is that as each person finds and touches that inner awareness, their individual way of being will bring it forth, yet it would touch each person out there as they bring theirs forth. And it would touch harmoniously. So one of the reasons why I feel is I really want and desire and seek to communicate from what these teachers are telling us. If the more of us that are doing that, the power behind the unified search for this awareness is multiplied. It's tenfold. And I think that was what Jesus was saying, where 3 or more are gathered. I think that each one of us, each one of these philosophical ways of approaching spirit, each one of us that are in this particular philosophical teaching has something that is unique to give. But if we each start reaching and seeking to not only to understand it, but to share that understanding, I feel like the growth would be so profound. We could shift anything in society, because it's the way I do it may be unique to me, and I may not grow as fast and expand it. My understanding is as deep as another person. There would be those that will take it deeper. And I know that there are many out there, many young people, many and young individuals that have the ability to bring forth a powerful understanding and awareness of this expression. That's why I want to reach for more involvement, more individual seeking to know and understand, but unite in sharing it and giving it forth. There is something in us that really drives us towards harmony, peace, and joy. And I think it's because that is the characteristic of his presence that he is talking about here, that is untouched. But one of the things that we achieve when we move into this meditation process is that we cultivate and develop the ability to utilize this philosophy, not just for a Sunday thing or a meditation thing. This is from everyday life. In the next paragraph, I wanted to share this before we go into meditation. Holmes says, "What thought has planted, thought can uproot. The condition laid down by mental attitudes, whether or not you are conscious of them, can be changed. If you are experiencing some condition which is unhappy, you must know there is nothing in you that attracts this condition, nothing in you that holds it in place, nothing in you that believes it must be this way. Turn your mind entirely from the condition and think an exact opposite manner." So he says, "There is nothing in me that can entertain doubt. There is no fear, discouragement, or uncertainty. I am filled with the confidence, with the expectancy of good, with the knowledge that spirit is always triumphant. I know that my word definitely reverses any and every negative situation." This is Holmes' idea and approach to this. So, what he's saying is that the power to shift things and to change it into a path in which you are flowing with ease and grace is available to us. And all we have to do is start where we are. It doesn't matter. It's not in comparing yourself with anyone, but you start where you are and you pursue this in such a way in which you are utilizing it moment by moment. Okay. And I think that as we use this moment by moment and use it whenever we can understand it, we eventually arrive at a place where we feel the self-worth, the self-acceptance, and the self-understanding that allows us to be okay where we are and to utilize it as we learn and grow and understand. Because we're utilizing an intelligence that is the wisdom of the universe. We're utilizing an awareness that the divine presence is absolutely everywhere, in completion, in wholeness, everywhere. And I was thinking about people like Jesus and Gandhi. They kind of stepped into this understanding. And a lot of our teachers that have gone before knew and understood this truth at a deep level. But they all said that we would go beyond it. I feel like right here, right now, with this current environment, is an opportunity for us to go beyond it. For us to have more time within ourselves to touch what is within us, to see and to understand that, see from that inner seeing, and hear and understand and appreciate from that inner awareness. And it's about surrendering our attachment for being right, for being having any power over any other being. Surrender the idea and allow ourselves to express life from within. How that looks for you and how that looks for anyone can be very individual. But the sense of self-worth I think is something that is for all people, all beings. Because that worth and self-worth and that understanding of the true is the truth of our being, that we are the divine in expression. And allowing it to flow through us, guides us, directs us into awareness. So, as we go into our meditation today, I'm going to invite you to just get comfortable. Letting yourself, your whole body relax, starting with your feet, and just just feel like you're on solid ground. That your legs are relaxing. All the muscles have let go. And there's a total sense of relaxation. And if you move up and let yourself just kind of merge with the seat, let your hips merge with the seat, and let your stomach kind of relax, and your organs just see them just totally relaxed. All function perfectly. And as we feel this sense of relaxation coming on up to our shoulders, and we let go and we let them drop down. We feel our spine as it is erected straight for the divine flow. And we relax our face. And as my yoga teaches, all right, let the tongue drop down. Let your eyes relax. Your forehead. Your scalp. So as we let go, and we begin to feel our breath, we breathe in and feel the air going into our nostrils, and it goes down to our heart. And hold it. Now release it and surrender and relax even more. Just know with each breath, there is a greater relaxation. Let's breathe deep again and hold it. And if we know that there is total relaxation, and as we let go, and feel this sense of being. And just feel the flow of life at the top of our heads, moving on through the crown, the sixth chakra, the eye of spirit itself. And we move down and allow the flow of being to be sensed. As it runs through each chakra, we feel this presence of being flowing through every cell, every aspect of us. And we recognize the presence that is in Mother Nature herself as the earth energy. We welcome it to flow up, knowing that everything that has flowed down into it has been transformed to its divine perfection of being. So we let this energy flow up through us. And we have let go. And know that that which kills everything to flow is the love of the universe. So this is being loved. Just feel yourself so filled and so wrapped up in love that everything around us is the love of the universe saying yes to life. And it's so gloriously wonderful, joyously pleasant to be immersed in this love and to be totally at ease. And let's allow ourselves to welcome that inner teacher. And open our inner hearts to hear, to welcome, to embrace whatever this inner teacher is telling us. And we accept, we surrender to its presence. So as we gently come back to this awareness of consciousness, allow ourselves to still feel the love and know that it radiates from the inside out. And that love that we're feeling is coming from within. And that love that is guiding us to feel and know that everything in us, everything about us is for us. It's the love of the universe saying yes to life. So we open our hearts and our minds to be able to accept and understand the truth of who and what we are, the love of the universe in expression, the joy of the universe saying yes to being, gloriously expressing the beauty of life and all it has to offer. We willingly allow ourselves to know that we have this incredible ability to see beyond appearance into the truth of who and what things are. And as we do this, we do it in such a way that we are able to be where we are and be okay and be well within that sense of knowing and feeling and expressing life for a free place of freedom, a place of knowing that we are okay today, a place of living and loving and experiencing and seeing the presence in all things. And as the joy of being comes forth into expression through us, this joy is such a rich experience of feeling that it clears us. It's from the heart, and it clears us in anything that may have seemed unlike its presence. And we just radiate its beauty, its love, its wondrous presence. And as I joyously step into this understanding, I realize that each and every individual in this universe is a product of this truth. And as I accept this and look and see this and feel this, I allow myself to be a living expression of this awareness, that I may be able to touch and feel that it's wondrous, pleasant experience of feeling good, of feeling happy to be ourselves, of feeling that this is a wondrous time to be alive, to understand and be, not so much as understand, but to accept that this is a way of being in which we are free from the surrounding experiences. As we give forth in thought and action and anything that comes forth from us is energized by love. So, as we do what Rumi says and we join each other in this field beyond the right and the wrong, the good and the bad, we join each other in this consciousness that says that all is well. Everything that's in us and through us and as us, every cell, every organ, every expression of being radiates this truth from this moment forward. And we know that this is a sense in which we are stepping towards really knowing the wholeness of being. And I joyously allow myself to accept this truth and understand that there's a law in this universe that's saying yes to each and every one. And we are able to know right here and right now that anyone that reaches out for this sense of wholeness right now, it is theirs, and it is already so. And we know that this is possible. We know that it is already so. So we let it be that which we accept and rest in the awareness. And we let go. We surrender to this truth. We surrender to this understanding and awareness. This intelligence that is able to do all things is what has been doing the work. This law of this universe that is constantly operating in and through for us according to our understanding and awareness is bringing the fruits of these words into expression right here, right now. So we can let it be. We